Good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to this thing that I do called Thor's Entertainment. I am Thor, and today I am doing another Fatal Friday video, which Fatal Friday is a series where I casually go into the Kombat League for Mortal Kombat 1, and I try to earn fatalities, brutalities, and really just any kind of unique finisher I can using the main roster and kameo fighters. This weekend, Fatal Friday, I am breaking out the newest DLC character. Well, the newest DLC character as of the time I am recording this. That DLC character is Quan Chi. And this recording is from about 2 days after he was released, I think. And the brutality I am trying to get with Quan Chi is his Happy Feet brutality. That is the brutality version of the special attack he has, where Quan Chi opens a portal, jumps through it, and then stomps down onto the enemy. That attack also happens to be his armored wake-up attack if you spin the meter on it, so there's a few easy ways to go ahead and get that brutality if the opponent's life is low enough.
Anyone who draws power from the Netherrealm
is destined to be a god among men.
Take one. Action!
And something about these matches that I'm sure you've noticed by now is that they started doing the intro dialogue again before the matches in the Kombat League. Like whenever you're about to fight somebody, the characters, they square off, they say a couple of lines to each other, and then the fight begins. Now, I've always really enjoyed hearing that intro dialogue. It's always been kind of cool hearing what the characters have to say to each other before they fight, and without that being in there, I've kind of missed it. Like, this is my first Season 3 video, so this is the first time intro dialogues have been in any of my Fatal Friday videos. During Season 1 and Season 2, the intro dialogues just weren't there before the fights in the Kombat League. And I mean, that's fine and all, but this is way more interesting. And since this is being recorded just days after Quan Chi was released, at the time there was not really a consensus best kameo to pair Quan Chi with. Honestly, I still don't know if there is, but at the time it was definitely still up in the air which one would be good with him, and we were still in the discovery phase for this character. Now, when I was testing different pairings with Quan Chi, I ended up settling on Scorpion as my kameo fighter. Scorpion can help Quan Chi do some pretty fun combos in the air, and I do enjoy doing that as much as I possibly can. Even though I enjoy that though, I do not necessarily think that that's the best kameo for Quan Chi, it's just the one that I went with. And I thought that would be a fun pairing, not necessarily because of the combat effectiveness of the two, but my reasoning was much more based on the history between the two characters. After all, it was Quan Chi that turned the old Hanzo Hisashi Scorpion into a little Hellspawn Spectre thing, and then Scorpion was the servant to Quan Chi for a pretty long time, fighting alongside him and his Netherrealm pals back during the invasion of Earthrealm, and even fighting alongside Quan Chi back in the Mortal Kombat tournament that was in Mortal Kombat 9. And yeah, Scorpion even went on to kill Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat 10, so there's just all kinds of crazy history between these two characters, some of which they were allies, others of which they were enemies. So I really could not resist having them fight alongside each other just one more time. Or well, several times, considering I need to get a bunch of brutality videos with both of them. So yeah, we are going to be using Quan Chi and Scorpion. Just whatever you do, do not tell Hanzo who really killed his family until after the fights are over. And the person I am fighting against is a Scorpion user. Actually, he's also using the Scorpion kameo alongside Scorpion. He is doubling down on the Scorpion. Now, if you throw my kameo into the mix, we have 3 Scorpions and 1 Quan Chi on screen.
To the Netherrealm with you.
Brutality! Quan Chi wins.
And there it is. We got the Happy Feet brutality, and we got to see Quan Chi kill somebody by river dancing on their face.
Come near Harumi or the Shirai Ryu.
How nobly you protect your family and clan.
Take one. Action!
Yeah, going back to my joke from a little while ago, no one mentioned to the Scorpions who really killed the Shirai Ryu, or this fight could become super awkward for Quan Chi. And speaking of Quan Chi, I think he was intended to be used mainly as a zoner. He has a good amount of projectiles and a bunch of full screen options against the enemy. He can even open up a portal that enhances his projectiles even more, so it seems like his gameplay favors him being away from the opponent. But he's also not limited to being away from the opponent. Quan Chi also has some really cool combos up close. And by cool combos, I do mean they look really cool, but he also has a bunch of different ways of launching the opponent, and has a few really good combos where he can switch between low attacks or overhead attacks, and it really can mess up the enemy. Especially whenever it was, like day 2 for this character, whenever I was recording this, most people did not know where exactly Quan Chi was going to be hitting, and predicting where to block was a bit of a pain in the ass. But there has to be a drawback somewhere, and I think Quan Chi's drawback is that his damage is not all that crazy. Which is probably a good thing considering how many ways he can bounce you into the air and then extend combos. So yeah, because of that, it's not hard to get combos with him, it's just hard to get really high damage combos with him. And pretty much every way I've seen to do it is going to cost you some meter. There are a couple of ways to get good damage without meter, but that's really where you're going to need to pull Scorpion into the mix. Now with Scorpion in the mix, the damage is better, and the combos start to get really lengthy. And because they are long combos, it helps to give you the opportunity to let Scorpion's kameo gauge recharge between the combos.
Your combat is impotent.
Brutality! Quan Chi wins.
Alright, we managed to land the Happy Feet Brutality to end each fight in this video. I'll be sure to show the Brutality one more time at the very end of this episode whenever I am done with the outro. And thank you to the Double Scorpion user for giving me the competition in the first place. So yeah, Quan Chi can be played a few different ways, and I have to say I had a lot of fun figuring all that out. Now, there might be some recency bias with my opinion here, but I think that he may have been the most fun character that I have played so far. I'd say it's between either him or Omni-Man. And then you have Reptile and Sub-Zero fighting for third place. And I feel like that's saying a lot for me as far as favoring Quan Chi out of the characters that I've played so far, because I have really never made a point to play Quan Chi prior to now. Like, the last time I put any sort of real time and effort into Quan Chi was back during Deadly Alliance. So yeah, we are 7 games later from Deadly Alliance, and it has been a very long time since I really gave any sort of consideration to Quan Chi, and you know what? I'm glad to be playing him. He is actually a lot of fun to play. So yeah, with the Happy Feet Brutality achieved, that is going to be it for this Fatal Friday video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy future videos. If you do, maybe check out some more of my playlists on the Thor's Entertainment channel. For now though, take care, and I will see you next time.
Your combat is impotent.
Brutality! Quan Chi wins.